receive the acidic kind from the stomach, and bile from the liver, and pancreatic juice from the pancreas, containing enzymes and bicarbonates. So that's what you're seeing here, is the duodenum. And the pancreas is tucked into that curvature of the duodenum. So let's draw that here. Duodenum as it makes that right angle bend.
I'm not going to say what this picture looks like. I won't forget this. Oh. Y'all thinking it too.
All right, so coming down from the liver, the right and the left lobes secrete their bile, and that's drained from the right lobe via the right hepatic duct, and from the left lobe via the left hepatic duct. The two hepatic ducts, right and left, join together to form a short common hepatic duct. And then there it has two places to go. Bile is continuously made, even if you don't have lipid in your diet. If you do, it's made more. But if you don't need it, it backs up into and is stored in the gallbladder. All right, so the duct that it passes to and from the gallbladder, our term for bladder is cyst. So whether it's the urinary bladder or the gallbladder, considered a cyst. And so this is the cystic duct. The gallbladder, most of you saw, some of you handled, when we did the sheet pluck. And it has a very thin wall, simple columnar epithelium, but it has smooth muscle. And that smooth muscle is under vagal control and under hormonal control. So hormone called cholecystokinin, you don't have to write that down because we'll talk about it on Thursday, causes that muscle to contract, and more bile is sent down the duct, which passes behind the duodenum and through the pancreas and enters into the wall of the duodenum. I have kind of small compared to everything else here. So where it joins with the pancreatic duct and empties into the most of this is passing through the wall of the duodenum. So at that point, this is common bile duct. And where it joins with the pancreatic duct is identified as it's a long word, hepatopancreatic ampulla, or ampulla of Vater is the older name which you may prefer. So hepatopancreatic. An ampulla is just a dilation, like an ampule, or the ampulla of Vater. So now let's look at the pancreas. And the pancreas is a flat organ. It's an endocrine organ. We know it releases insulin and glucagon. And we'll talk about those hormones a week from today when we do the endocrine regulation of digestion. It is also an outpouching of the gut. So a small component pouches out to the right and a small component to the left. So kind of like this. A larger one to the left. This would be the small intestine. And then it just wraps over and fuses to this side. And And that's how we get the large head of the pancreas tapering out to the tail. So the head of the pancreas is nestled into the C-shaped curvature of the duodenum. So this would be the head. And then the tail extends out towards the spleen. So this would be the tail. And in the middle we have the body. Our endocrine secretions obviously are going to go into the blood. The islet cells that we looked at way back at the beginning of the semester. The other important necessary components of the pancreas are bicarbonate ions to neutralize the hydrogen that's been released by the hydrochloric acid of the stomach, and digestive enzymes. We're going to be using one of these digestive enzymes on Thursday when we do digestive hydrolysis. We're going to be digesting whipping cream. You don't get to drink it, well, if you want to, I'm going to add some purple powder to it to show the pH. So when it's purple, it means the pH is alkaline, like our bicarbonate ions would make the digestive juices. And when it becomes acidic, it will turn mauve to pink. All right? What we'll be digesting are fats. The fat of the whipping cream. So one of the digestive enzymes released by the pancreas is lipase. Anybody know what we make when we take a triglyceride and incubate it with water and lipase? We get glycerol, sometimes monoglycerol. And what's the rest of a triglyceride? 3 long fatty acids. Well, guess what the pH of a fatty acid is going to be? Acidic. So that's one of the ways that we can tell that our fat in the whipping cream is being digested is by the change of pH. The more fatty acids that are released, the more acidic the litmus powder is going to appear, the more pink. So in addition to the digestive enzymes for the pancreas, we have enzymes that take starches and break them down to disaccharides, and take large proteins and break them down to 2 or 3 links of amino acids. All of that has to be done before the enzymes of the small intestine will work. Okay? So if you don't have the pancreatic enzymes, even though your small intestine is fine, you're not going to be able to break down the food to small enough components to absorb. So these enzymes are transported along the main pancreatic duct, which makes a dog leg down to join with the common bile duct. And because we had 2 parts of the pancreas fused together, there's a second duct that is much smaller, which also empties into the small intestine. So this would be the main pancreatic duct.